Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarah and I am a wife and a mother, and in my free time I like to play with makeup. Today's video, I'm just sitting down while my son and my husband are napping, and we're gonna play with some more affordable drugstore products. Some of these are products that I've been using for a really long time. Some of them I just pulled out to get some more use out of them, and some of them are new and I'm trying for the first or second time. If that sounds good to you, grab your coffee and let's get started. My son is finally down for his nap. My husband is also taking a nap. So while I have some free time, I made myself a fresh cup of coffee and I want to put some makeup on. I'm not going to do anything like too crazy because we're just kind of hanging out at home today, but some of these products I've been using for a while. Some of them are pretty new to me, and some of them I just want to get some more use out of. I primed my face using the NYX Bear With Me Hydrating Jelly Primer. This primer is so interesting. It's supposed to be a dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip, but it's got this like really weird texture. It literally feels like you're sticking your fingers in Jello, but it's pretty liquidy too. Like you play with it and it moves, but then like after a while it goes back together. Like it's super weird. But it does leave your face pretty tacky. It's supposed to be hydrating. It's supposed to leave your skin like with a little bit of sheen. I don't really notice the sheen so much, maybe a tiny bit, but I do notice that my face is pretty tacky. If you do decide to pick this up, this is one of those primers that you do have to let set. Otherwise your foundation is gonna move all over the place. But so far, been really liking this, mostly just for the texture. For foundation today, I want to try out this ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. I just picked this up in the shade Fair 20N. I've only worn this one time and I didn't love how it wore. So I think I'm going to give this a shot again and see if maybe this primer does better, like helps it lay a little bit better. So I just took a little bit on the back of my hand here and I'm gonna spread it around my face. I did like the way that this blended out. Like the coverage at first was really nice when I wore it yesterday, but I want to see if I can make it look a little bit less heavy. And I'm just gonna blend that in with my Real Technique sponge. I think this color is really nice. I got 20N, which is a neutral undertone, and I really like it. I think that I should have gone with like a more cooler toned foundation, but the next lighter, cooler toned shade would have been like super light, I think, and the next cooler shade up would have been way too dark. So ColourPop released this foundation with a ton of shades, but once you get down into like the lighter toned like shades where I'm usually at, there aren't a lot of different undertones. So this is the foundation with just one layer on and I definitely think this is like a decent medium coverage, low medium coverage. I am going to build it up on some spots where I need some extra coverage. I like it so far. It is definitely a like natural finish foundation, and I have dry skin, so I have to be a little bit careful with these kinds of foundations because they can tend to look really dry on me. So I'm just taking a tiny bit more on my cheeks and on my forehead where I have some breakouts. And then around my nose, because my hormones from being pregnant are crazy right now. I'm just going to tap that in. So this is the foundation with a little bit extra coverage on the cheeks, around my nose, and then on my forehead. I don't know. I feel like this foundation is really hyped up. It was in a lot of people's like yearly favorites from 2020, and that's mainly why I picked it up. And it does look good like on camera. Like I feel like it looks really good, but then in person I'm just like this is an okay foundation for me so far. Like I said, this is only my second time trying it, so I'm definitely gonna keep trying it with different primers. I might try it with a brush next time. It might be the shade too that is kind of throwing me off, because like I said, I should have gone with like a cooler toned shade, but I didn't want it to be too light or too dark. So we will keep trying this. I want it to work as well as everybody else says that it does. So for concealer today, I'm going in with my CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. This is one of my favorite concealers ever right now. I only have 2 concealers in my collection right now, and between the 2 I have this one and then the e.l.f. Matte Camo Concealer. And between the 2, I really don't want to put this one down. It is so good. Very full coverage. Very similar to my favorite Tarte Shape Tape. But at a much lower price point, which I can definitely appreciate. The only thing I will say is that it does kind of dry down quickly on me, so I feel like I have to kind of blend it quickly. But I wear the shade L150 Porcelain, and I feel like it just gives so much light to my under eyes. You guys know I have a now 1-year-old and I'm pregnant, so I need all of the concealing that I can get. Any extra that I have on my sponge, I'm just gonna bring down my cheeks and around my nose. I get so red around my nose. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know if it's my pregnancy or what. If you are in the market for a full coverage concealer, definitely look at this CoverGirl Undercover. So good. To set my under eyes today, I'm going to be using a product in my project pan. I am trying to use this up. It is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. I wear the shade Fair 05. And I'm just taking this on an e.l.f. brush. I'm not really even sure what this is. The blush brush. And I'm just tapping this under my eyes. I love, love, love this powder so much. I don't know that I would ever need to buy another loose powder ever in my life. This one just like smooths over the pores of my nose and my cheeks really well. It sets my under eyes. It's very lightweight. I'm trying to actually use this up in 2021, and I've made some like really good progress. I don't know if you'll even be able to see. I've literally used this every single day for so long, and I still have not even come close to using it up. Like I have so, like, it's crazy. I've used this literally every single day for so long. To set the rest of my face, I'm also going to be using another Project Pan product. This is the Maybelline Better Skin pressed powder. I use the shade 10 Porcelain. This is a discontinued product, unfortunately. This is one of my favorite powders ever. I've also been using this for a really long time, and I've literally not even hit pan. My goal this year is to hit pan on this powder, but it's such a finely milled powder that you don't need a lot to get a lot of coverage. So I feel like I've been using this for literal years, but I can't find it anymore, so I'm assuming that it is discontinued, which is a bummer. But like I said, I have been using this forever, and I'm finally just now getting to the point where you can like kind of see the pan coming through a little bit, but it's a very full coverage powder, adds coverage, doesn't look cakey. Like, I freaking love that powder. I'm gonna move on to my brows. I have not tweezed my brows in a while, so I'm not gonna like zoom you in too close, but I think you can see that they are real bad. For brow pencil today, I'm using my NYX brow pencil. This is my holy grail brow pencil. I don't use anything else. I wear the shade Ash Brown. So I'm just really gonna quickly fill in my brows, and then I'll be right back. To set them, I'm going to be using the Essence Make Me Brow. I have the color Soft Brownie Brows. And I've just recently started using this, and I really like it. It's like a very, like a soft hold eyebrow gel. I think it's supposed to have fibers in it. I guess I don't really notice that too much because my brows are already filled in with pencil, and I don't really, if I don't fill in my brows, I wouldn't just go in with a brow gel on its own. But I do like it. It holds them in place, and especially right now, since I haven't done my brows in a while, they need some extra hold, but it's not like super glue like the Anastasia clear brow gel. It's just like a nice average hold. I think we're gonna move on to eyes. And for eyes today, I picked out my ColourPop Bare Necessities palette. This is the more warmer toned palette from ColourPop. I haven't used this in a while, and I kind of want to play with these like more purpley tones right here. I'm feeling the purple. It's like almost Valentine's Day, so between that and my shirt, I want to play with some purple. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here called All For You, just a matte purpley mauve shade, and I'm just going to start that in the crease. This is the ColourPop E15 brush. This is one of my favorite brushes. This also came like when they launched the Bare Necessities palette. They launched a brush set too, and I picked up both, and this is by far one of my favorite brushes in my collection. Period. It's just like a really big fluffy brush, but it just blends out eyeshadow so well. And I've been looking on their site, and they don't sell this like individually, which is a bummer because I'd pick up a few more because this is like clearly very dirty. But yeah, it's one of my favorite brushes. I love ColourPop's brushes if you are in the market for like good, affordable makeup brushes. Then I'm going to take another brush from that Bare Necessities brush roll. This is the E19, and this is just like a small detail brush. This is another one of my favorites from that brush roll that came out with the Bare Necessities palette. It is perfect, literally perfect for the bottom lash line. And I'm just taking that same mauve shade on the lower lash line. To deepen out that outer corner a bit, I'm gonna take this shade right here. It's like a matte purple called Act a Fool on, again, another ColourPop brush. This is the E17, just like a thicker brush. And I'm just gonna place this, I'm just gonna tap it on the outer third of my eye. I've been getting a little bit of like wrinkles in my eyelid, And I found that by like pushing the product into my lid and then blending out, I get so much better payoff, and then I get color like in my wrinkles. So the joy. Then once I have that color down where I want it, I'm gonna take my big fluffy brush again that I did with the crease and just lightly buff that into the crease a bit. For lid, what should we do? I want to play with this shade right here, this like pinky rose gold like shimmery shade called Designer Duds. I don't know that I've used this one in the palette yet, and I'm just gonna use it on my finger and just tap it in. ColourPop shimmers just go on so much better for me using my finger. They're so soft. Oh, that is such a pretty shade. It's a little bit more like coppery than it is like purpley, but it's really pretty. I am going to pop something on the center just to like give it a little bit of brightness. Let's see. I'm gonna take this shade up here. It's like a champagne shimmery shade called Silk Teddy. Again, just on my finger. And I'm gonna just pop that right here in the middle just to give it some like brightness and some dimension. I am going to take this little detail brush. This is another one of my favorites from that line. This is the E20. It's too bad that they don't sell these like individually, because I would love just these 4 brushes that I'm using right now. I would love to have like multiples of them, because I'm afraid that I'm gonna use them so much that they're gonna start to fray or like lose their bristles. But I'm gonna use this tiny little detail brush on this shade up here called Idle Hour. This is just a nice champagne shade. I'm just gonna pop this right onto the inner corner. And then right under my brow bone. And I like to tap it out with my finger so it doesn't look so shiny. I think that is all we're gonna do for eyeshadow right now. This is just a really nice purple look. I really like it. I'm not going to wear liquid liner today, but I am gonna tightline my upper lash line with the black cream gel liner from ColourPop. I've used this so much that there's like no writing on it. It's honestly probably at its end, but I'm going to quickly tightline my eyes and then I'll be right back. For mascara today, we are going to be trying the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Hourglass Unlocked mascara, which I believe is also a tubing mascara. This is a tubing mascara, but I didn't know that it was a tubing mascara until I took it off last night. But basically, this is just supposed to be a really nice, like, lengthening and separating mascara, which is what I like. But the wand is just one of these plastic wands, which these are what I prefer. I'm probably one of the few people on this planet that like the plastic wands, but the wand is also super flexible. So we're gonna try this out today. I've only worn this one time, so we're gonna give this a shot today. So that is one coat on my eyes. I really like the way that this is looking right now. They are really separated. They're about as long as they're gonna be right now, just with like my pregnancy and stuff. So that is it on both my lashes. I am gonna see if this can be built up, what it will do. So that is with 2 coats. I'm really liking the way that this is looking right now. I don't know if you could be able to tell, but Don't look at my eyebrows. I think I would only go for 2 coats of this because I don't want it to get too clumpy. And I think next time that I use this, I will definitely curl my lashes because I don't see that this is like necessarily keeping them curled. But like I said, that could just be my lashes right now. But so far, this is really good. I will definitely keep trying it, but so far I'm really impressed. So I'm going to do my lips and then we'll finish off the face. We're gonna kind of go out of order. And I'm gonna use another product that I'm trying to use up this year. This is one of my focus products. This is a lip liner. It's so tiny. This is a lip liner from BH Cosmetics. I couldn't even tell you the name of it anymore because I've sharpened it so much, but I am so close to finishing this that I just want to use it and get rid of it because honestly it like comes out every time I sharpen it. So I'm guessing that this is on its very last leg. So I got my lips lined finally. I do really like these pencils. From what I remember, they are very affordable. I mean, it's BH Cosmetics and BH Cosmetics is always running sales on their website. So these are a wooden pencil, so if you don't like sharpening them, these probably aren't for you, but these aren't a drying formula even as I'm getting down to like the bottom. It's not drying at all or like pulls on my lips. So I recommend these if you are in the market for some new, more affordable lip liners. And then I'm just gonna top that with a Maybelline Lifter Gloss. This is the shade Petal. This is seriously one of my favorite lip glosses of life. All right, lips are done. I'm looking a little less dead, but let's add some color back into my skin. For bronzer today, I pulled out one of my faves. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi bronzer. This is like the most massive bronzer pan you'll ever see in your life. And I have the shade 2 Medium. I'm finally starting to look like a human. For blush today, I'm going to be using this tiny little Essence blush. I recently picked this up and I haven't been able to put it down. This is in the shade 50 Blooming. And it's just this really super pale pink. And honestly, when I opened it in the package, I didn't think that it was gonna show up on me. But it's just like this really nice like flush of pink. It's really light, but it's noticeable. I feel like I can wear this blush shade with pretty much any look. It's very neutral, and the formula is really nice. And these were literally $2.99, so I definitely want to pick up more shades of this, but I literally have not been able to put this down since I bought it. Okay, for highlight today, we are going to be using a very well-loved highlighter in my collection. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome highlight in the shade Molten Rose Gold. Clearly, I love this so much. This is a highlighter that is more on the pink tone, but it looks really nice on my skin tone. And these are a metallic finish, but if you don't go like super heavy-handed, they look really nice on the skin. This is one of my favorite highlighters in my collection. It's very subtle, but it can be obviously built up to a metallic finish. All right, that is the finished look. To set it down, I'm going to be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This is just like a special edition one. I got the full size and then a mini size for such a good deal at Ulta. I love the way this stuff smells. It's so good. I'm really digging my makeup right now. I was supposed to just keep it pretty chill today, but we can sit on the couch with this. I'm alright with that. Okay, and that is the finished look using all drugstore or more affordable products. Thank you so much for being here today and clicking on today's video. If you did like this video today, please subscribe and hit that like button before you go, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!